trying to hit big man. No.
That's the goddamn slap. Woo. This guy's trash can. What are you doing? God damn it. You gotta pick me up, big boy. Somebody shit lagging for real. I can hear that shit. I can hear myself about 10 seconds later.
Nah, that was on the stream.
I got so much attention now. I know when the shit's open. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh. Yeah, just get it on my just get up. Just get up. Shit happens.
The good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Mike 50, 56, all day.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's...
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Okay,
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He can't hang.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Go, go.
The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. They'll run on 1st down. Jefferson. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
They tried a quick hitter in. Swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, Jefferson slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Hey, tight. I got one. Hey, check, Mike, 57. 57.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Kill.
Shift.
On 2nd and 15 now. Allen, he's going to look deep for Watkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Here we go. Set. Ten Lobo. Hey, pick your game up. Delta. Mike,
Check, 59, 59.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
57's Mike. Hey, defense, let's go.
Now Allen off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Not that time for Watkins.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, 90, pull. Tight end right.
Hey. 4 down.
Recon, 132 fight. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check 37. Tight dog.
Right back to him on first down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. On first down, Jefferson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give right side. Jefferson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears.
I know many talk about the kick return as maybe the most exciting play in football. But any type of a return where it's a change of possession, where the defense gets the ball, that's exciting too. But it's not just an accident. Once they get the football, they've worked on finding people to block, creating running lanes for the guy with the ball, and protecting him. And this one was a long run.
Absolutely, they did all of that and more. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Come on, fellas.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. A terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Check my 45. Let's go, let's go.
On 2nd down, Jefferson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And they give this time to the tailback. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
18, chopper.
Watch out.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and he's got this down to the 35. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Set, 15, Gator, 59. Watch the pass. 80 weapon, 80 weapon. Go.
Jack! Joker, 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 Joker.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
On the ready. 45, 45, Mike, 45. General, West. Pick up the ball. Ready, go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said.
It's caught inside the 25. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Rolling to his... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
There we go.
Watkins alone on the left side. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Allen. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage, there to knock that one away. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Go! Watch safety creeping.
Sunday. Check.
They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
All day, baby, all day.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Oh, you got deep? Box trot. Check 59, Mike. Mike is ready.
He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
All day, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Big stop, D. Big 22 jet bomber, 22. Let happen.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that's complete to Adams. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They'll run on first down. Jefferson. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They'll drop to throw. He's going to take a shot. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And the return comes to right at the 44.
Football, it's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
On 1st down, Jefferson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Wide, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
58 for Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the...
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. To throw, it's Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Allen going to go on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Here we go. Here we go. Check 8. Reed. Pilot 64. Weak.
They'll run on 1st down. Jefferson.
He's checking crack.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
On play action, Allen. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match.
Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Allen. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better,